Hi, Theater Mania. I'm Michael Arden, and we are talking about The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Well, in a way, because the story is so iconic and so human and so rich and nuanced, we've tried to keep the theatrical production quite simple, actually. The goal is to put the story and the actors and the music in the front and allow it to be as complicated as possible. And to do so, we've tried to strip away as much artifice, as much production as possible, and use the raw materials available in a cathedral to create the world of The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously it existed as an animated feature, which was trying to walk a line between pushing the envelope with what kind of story you could tell in animation, but still being viewable by an audience that included kids. Now for the stage, we've approached it in maybe a more purely adult way. And we've been following Scott Schwartz's vision, who had a very specific way of how he thought the story should be told theatrically, and the way he wanted the narrative to unfold. And so, basically we've all signed on to that, embraced it, and have been very happy with the results so far.
It's a wonderful thing to get to do because our director, Scott Schwartz, has made it clear that we don't want to use prosthetics, that we don't want to try to show the audience what this deformity is. I mean, I think any audience is able to imagine something far more interesting and grotesque than anything that we can do with prosthetics. So it's very physically demanding, just in terms of like the posturing and the and the way in which I move and use my body. But it's also really exciting to get to create this creature with nothing.
The book is beautifully structured so that you don't feel time passing, because each event leads so logically and so inevitably to the next. That it's like watching those great episodes of TV where you get to the end of one and you just have to go on to the next one because you have to know what happens next. So, and I think that's rare. And I think that musicals are structure. They are, the book has to be so sound. And I think that the audience will be engaged and gripped, not bored. And moved.
I think the main crux of this story is really how we deal with the other, and the things that we're afraid of are different, and I think that's a huge thing that we all deal with now is feeling different as we're growing up, and what makes us unique, but what separates us at the same time. So I hope that people will be galvanized to want to reach out to someone that's different, with someone with a disability, somebody, Quasimodo has disabilities, and in that time period, they were not, that was like a unholy thing, but, now science has kind of taught us that they're people just like us, and, I hope that this will help people to see that.
What are the limits of love, and how can we love each other more fully and with more grace? I think it's a play that inspires faith, so hopefully that's what we bring to audiences with this.